a new offensive coordinator in the fold for the Detroit Lions. John Morton, not Johnny Morton. I saw that in the chat. Not Johnny Morton, but John Morton is here, was senior offensive assistant coach for the Jets. He's had a lot of stops. Played in the league as well. Was with the Oakland Raiders as an offensive assistant, offensive quality control coach. Also was with the New Orleans Saints passing game coordinator, was at USC for a while. Most recently, the Denver Broncos pass game coordinator. And
he was here, right?
When was he here? I don't believe he was.
Yeah, 2022.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, 2022. Offensive assistant. My bad.
Right, which tells me that this is just a system thing. We had speculated, and Spenny talked about Tanner, whoever was Ben Johnson's assistant.
Tanner Strand.
Tanner getting promoted, but it looks like it's just putting sort of that room that has been together before a few years ago back together. So nothing really changes, I think, with the message. I think it's just somebody that can continue to elevate with this offense. You got to have somebody that can think as quick as this offense does with what we have, and this guy having familiarity with the culture, right? What's the first thing that we look at? Can he get by the door with Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes culture-wise? Obviously, he's been here before, and they like him. So, I mean, I like it. It's their guy. It didn't really matter which way it went, but now we know where we're going. Both sides, questions are answered within the first week, even before the off week of the Super Bowl. So you're in business, and now it's putting things together and working forward.
No, absolutely. And obviously, like we talked about too, tons of experience, the whole Saints connection, all of it. So he's been an offensive guy. And look, Woodward Sports chat thread, Steve Wilds, Neal not prepared yet again. Okay, Steve. I know, right? Highest rated show on the network. I know, never prepared. Again, you can live in an alternate reality if you so choose. But no, just going back to it, for me, D-Mac, again, you're not going to get a lot from me on this. You're not I'm not going to pound the table and say, well, some people didn't like what he did in Denver and he abandoned the run and all that kind of stuff. If you don't get this now, you're never going to get this. What is it that Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell value? What is it that they value? Guys they know. Guys they've worked with. And guys, that's the way corporate America works. That's the way the sports world works. That's the way life works. It just does. So if they're cool with it, I'm cool with it. And I know that's not hot takey, and I know that's not going to get 2 million views on social media or anything like that, but that's who they chose.
But there's something to it. As far as being one of their guys that's going to put the work in, right, and put the time in and be there all the time. I always lean on, look at all the former players. Well, the coaches go the same way in the relationships. When you see that Dan Campbell's had a relationship with this guy since New Orleans, that absolutely goes somewhere. Why? Because now you have a tenured coach. Now you have more of a tenured GM. Now you have something that you've built. What we have in Detroit is different, and it's we're off and running with what we have now organizationally. So now you have to put guys in place that you trust, that you can count on, that at the end of the day what type of human being they are, and that's what I love. That's what I love. The talent's there, especially on offense, right? It's more or less anybody else saying, "Hey, just come on in and just don't get in the way."
Yeah.
Anybody else. I mean, it's like running our sort of our offense and, having the Russian five and Eisenman and Shanahan and, all the different, then you got Brett Hall and you got Luke Robitaille. And, it's like, where do you want to get it from? But you have, the veterans, you have guys that you can count on. You have, just stay out of the way. Let them cook. Maybe give them a few different ideas, a few different looks because NFL is all about adjustments. I like it. Because they like it.
Semira's in the chat. Can't wait to hear all the Ben Johnson haters complain about our mid and vanilla offense next season. You know what? Low key, I am keeping the receipts on all that stuff.
You know what's going to happen if they have a lull at any point. So,
well, no, everybody hates Ben Johnson. Yeah. Osama Ben Johnson, right? That's what I was told.
But no, it is what it is. I like this hire personally because I feel like It's a guy that's familiar with the culture that they've built. He was here in 2022, and we all look at 2022 as the year it turned around. He is a fiery guy. I was reading up on him a little bit. He's a vocal coach, so I think that'll be a little bit of an adjustment from a Ben Johnson, who was more reserved and, kind of led by just, doing the work. But ultimately, I feel like it's plug and play, and not to say it's as simple as that, but when you have a run game and an offensive line like the Lions do, why would you come in trying to make all these crazy changes? I think the proof is there. The proof is in the pudding. Just come in and make subtle nuances to the offense. I think they'll be fine.
And Bo Nix.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, if you're going off recency stuff, Bo Nix, who saw that coming?
Yeah.
Nobody saw that coming. John Morton saw it coming, obviously, because he had a hand in developing it. So, yeah, I mean, the pedigree is there. And you're talking, over 2 decades, man, in offense in the NFL, at the highest level of college, all that, too. So, no, man, I like it, too. I just, going back to that comment, though, he's going to be overly scrutinized. But he knows that. He's a grown adult. He's been in this game. I mean, you're scrutinized anyway.
But this offense is going to be overly scrutinized. They don't put 30 points up every week. I mean, it's just the way it is with the talent and everything else and the pressure and what they did this year and moving forward and stuff like that. But I don't see regression at all. Guys are getting better. I mean, how many – to me, it's the thing that is so imperative. Number one, and we say it all the time, what's the number one ability? Availability. What did we just see this last weekend with a healthy Philadelphia team? Except for their center, but again, they made the adjustments where they don't lose anything and they run it in 7 times, 6 times. You know what I'm saying? So, to me, it's availability. If my team is available on all sides, I don't think we can be beat. I don't care what it is with what we have. That's just my personal opinion. So that's what I'm looking for. Now, shouldn't the focus more so continue to be on the defense and into how we're going to improve? Because Kenny, you just said it. You just need somebody to come in here, just tweak a few knobs. You don't need to change anything.
Here we go. But good to see Catspot back in there.
I know, he's been going crazy.
Neal, that's a dumb take. Sean Payton ran the Broncos offense, not Morton. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, my God. How does practice work? How does this? Are we talking about, when you're talking development doesn't happen in the game. Situations happen in the game. Development happens in practice.
It's a fact.
Come on, man.
No, absolutely.
Good to see it's still you, though, Cats. Fucking
Wheezy D313. Brad definitely assembled the best roster of all time this year. The coordinators just gave up. This is still wild to me, man.
Bad. Yeah.
Somebody earlier, Ben through the game. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm over that. I'm over that.
It is absolutely wild. Absolutely wild. Yeah, that's pretty wild, man. But that's the way the people are. But I guess though, that goes to show you though, D-Mac, this season, this entire season coming up, it's going to be, we thought this year was a test with the Lions and being a fan and stuff like that. Wait till next year.
How about next year
with those 9 road games?
When you're 13-4 or whatever like this.
Maybe, and guess what? Maybe less.
Yeah, maybe less.
Maybe less. It's, wow. I don't know. I don't know how we're going to make it through next season, D-Mac. And Sean did a great job of prepping the people on Monday.
Yeah.
He's like, look, guys, this kind of flies in the face of everything, but the regular season does not matter.
They don't. Not at this point. Not for us.
The Chiefs won the Super Bowl at 11-6 last year.
Yeah.
It does not matter.
Not while you have Brad and Dan, and not while.
If we're sitting here right now, right? 11-6 make the playoffs, but you're 100% healthy going into the playoff run.
I'll take that.
What do you want?
Nothing else.
I'll take that right now.
100%. 100%. I'll take
go
that.
on the road.
And we got to play the 4-5 game.
Whatever.
I don't care. Yeah, I don't care who it is. All right, we're going to take our first break. When we come back, the Pistons fell in Cleveland last night. They are 23-23. They're holding down the 8 seed in the playoffs right now. We have a special studio.